Last month, the Trendline Breakout Strategy worked multiple times across multiple currency pairs. Here's a look. I've numbered them for your convenience. In this video, we're going to review trades from the previous month that made hundreds and hundreds of pips. The Trendline Breakout Strategy was written during the lockdown of 2020. It's been tried and tested in the live markets, and we believe it'll turn you into a winning trader that can make money from the comfort of your home. Here's a disclaimer. It's required by law. Please subscribe as we continually produce videos. As you know, we enter all trades with risk. Hey, let's get to it. Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. As suggested, we're going to review trades that occurred in the previous month. So we're now in the month of June. We're looking at the month of April, and there were several trendline breakouts that occurred during that month. And it's always good to review to learn. Okay. Also, stay to the end of the video because there's a couple of trendline breakouts that have occurred, and we're gonna show you the currency pairs so that you will be able to trade them. So let's take a look here. This is the dollar Swiss. Let me just show you how we do the previous month review. Okay, very simple. You get the trend line. Now this is we're on the daily chart. Have a look. And you just put these dotted lines, I've shown you in the past. These dotted line segments are 1 month apart. Okay, so we can very simply, get on there. There you go. We can very simply get it on the line. And then what we do, we drop to the hourly chart. See? So here, let's just take it. Yay. I know I deliberately do this with you guys because some of you, perhaps you don't realize that these things are possible. And so some of you are actually learning from the experience, yeah? So I deliberately mark up my chart with you watching me, okay? And let's move that across. So we know that the month is between the two purple lines, right? And you can see 3rd of May, 1st of June, right? So we know that this is the monthly period. And then what you do, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a week. But another way to do the week is to go to the 4-hour chart, and each of those dotted lines are, the dotted lines are called period separators, and they separate by the week on this chart. So now you can actually get a picture of, hey, here was the month, right? And the month has now been separated into, so when we drop down to the hourly chart, what we now see is, hey, this was the month of May. And here's the trade. Now, this is so beautiful. Good Lord. Hey, trendline breakout. Who could deny that that occurred? We can see it occur. It's trendline breakout. Beautiful trade. Okay. Breakout. Pull back on it a little bit, but anyway, it broke out 100 plus pips. Okay. As we did say previous month, where hundreds of pips was made. Well, there's one such example. Oh Lord, here's another. But I want to show you something, because as we put that trend line on, there's something else that is observable here. Okay, and this is a trade. Okay, and if you're sharp, you'd have caught it. If you notice here, head and shoulders, neckline break. So it was possible to trade that one up there. Okay, hey, but we're just going to talk about the trend line breakout. Okay. So there was another one. Hang on. Are there more? Are there more? Well, there are. Okay. Now, it's quite interesting that as these ones are being formed here, okay, you can see that there's a trend line breakout, okay, breakout, pullback. That's a beautiful pullback, beautiful pullback, okay, and then away we go, okay. And this is the month. This is now the month of June. So in July, when we do the previous month review, well, this will certainly be showing up, will it not? So you can see 1, 2, and then boom, 3. This was an end of the month trend line break, and it went down here. Could you have got into that trade? Yes. Typically, we're a bit cautious toward the end of the month because we're saying, hey, it's the end of the month. But nonetheless, we see there's a trade there, okay? So the trend line breakout strategy is a very, very simple strategy that occurs over and over and over again across multiple currency pairs. Let's have a look. I think there was one more I wanted to show you. I mean, there's so many here. Let's go to Aussie. Let's go. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Right. Notice it looks different, but let's just do the same thing again. Repetition, practice. Hey, it's the how we learn, right? So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to the trendline breakout strategy. That's the template. Okay. Look at this beautiful currency pair. Notice here, by the way. Notice as I do this review, I point things out. Hey, you can like it, understand it or not, but what do you call that? Head and shoulders? I don't know, guys. I mean, as I say, these things occur over and over and over and over again in the markets, and we've just got to be aware of when they're happening so that we can take advantage. So let's do the same thing again, right? This is we're on a daily chart, okay, and then we're going to separate, use the period separators, okay. Then we're going to drop to the weekly chart, because obviously here's the month. We want to break this up into bite-sized pieces, so and basically it helps us to understand what's going on. Okay, it's really that simple. Actually, you have to understand what's going on, because otherwise, what are you doing, right? Where are you in the market? If you cannot understand that, obviously you're just going to be consumed. Okay, so get on that line. Anyway, so what we've done is we noticed that the month here on the Aussie dollar is completely different. Okay, it seems to have been more of a sideways month. Okay, so we go to the hourly chart. Different currency pairs move in a different ways. Okay, so here's the beginning of the month. We've taken we've gone high. Wow, wait a minute. Isn't that a trend line break? Boom! Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Notice also we do see it there, and it's noticing this in real time. That's right. Neckline break, trend line break. Away we go. Okay. Let's continue on with this one here, and this is not meant to be a long video. Could we have taken this trade down? Okay, we're on the hourly chart. We've gone screaming up based on the head off trend line break, head and shoulder pattern. Right? We've gone screaming up, and if we get it, oh Lord, yep, could have taken that trade down. Look, check it out, guys. Check it out. Beautiful, another beautiful trade. Another beautiful trade. Okay. Now, obviously, when you see a trend line occurring, it is a matter of course, putting the lipstick on, okay? In previous videos, I've shown you how to put the lipstick on. And there's a specific way of putting lipstick on. For the purpose of this review, we're just putting the trend lines on where the occurrences were, okay? And of course, we're looking to see, could we have got in that trade? Why would we have got in that trade? And it's quite simple. The trend line broke. Quite simple. Look at this one here and notice this. Boom, big move down. Right? And see how you could just draw the channel, broke out the channel, and the continuation. These guys are just exceptionally, has to be said, beautiful trades. Okay. And what's also important is taking profit at the right time. Because of course, if you don't, if you didn't take profit here, if you didn't take profit here, price, it comes all the way back up here. If you didn't take profit, it comes all the way back up. If you didn't take, right, you got to set your marker so you can take profit when profit needs to be taken. But that's the month done. So potentially here, right, 1, 2, should I number this somehow? Does that work? Potentially you got 1 trade here, you got breaker trade, 2 there, channel forms up there, a 3rd trade there. Okay, so 1 trade this week, 1 trade this week, another trade. This is a break. You got in, pull back. Now, if you're going to hold to down here, right, you've done good, you've got paid. But this pullback may well have gotten out there or in there thinking, hey, it hasn't gone yet. Or you may have held it, it's up to you. But this one, you definitely load up. There's another trend line break. Come out here. Why would you have done that? Because you can see the equal lows, right? Good reason to get out of a trade. Trend line break. And then you see another trade going into a new month. When we review next month, we may well be talking about this trade because this is a month of June, so we're not going to count that. So 3, 4, counting 4 setups during the month on the Aussie pair, Aussie dollar. The dollar Swiss had its level, and you can go through currency pair after currency pair after currency pair and identify these. Let's just do one more because these were trades that we actually took together in the Telegram trade group. We pointed this one out. This is a beautiful trade on the dollar CAD. Oh look, I've already got the lines on, but hey, let's just do how we do, guys. Let's just get into the habit. This is the habit. Oh, look at that beautiful trade. Beautiful setup. You can see it's just falling. It's coming to a bit of difficulty down here. Okay, fair enough, fine. We're just going to do what we do, right? We're going to put boom, and then we're going to put another one, boom. Then we're going to change the color of this one to purple. Where's purple? And then we're going to make it a bit thicker because we're going to separate the weekly. Notice that when we do this, we don't take all yet. This is done very quick. We're going to drop to the 4-hour chart. We're on the daily. Start on the daily always, guys. All right? We're going to drop to the 4-hour chart. Now, I've shown you how to do it. So you can literally go and back test this across the multiple currency pairs yourself, right? You go to any currency pair you want. You put the vertical lines on just as I've shown you, right? And then you look at them up and you think, where, right, was there a trend line break? Okay, and this was a trade. We actually took this trade. Okay, now we're on the 4-hour chart. So what we like to do before we like to drop to the hourly chart. Okay, that's what we like to do. So here we are, and this is delineated by weeks. Now, this is a horizontal trend line. Now, that's not really what we teach here, but it did break. I was not in that trade. I saw it and I was like, interesting. But this trade blew away. Okay, this trade we pointed out in the trade group. This was news based. I hated this thing. Because here you got equal lows. We know the market likes to come down. It came down, went up, and then it came back down, swooping, killing all the stops, including myself. The reason I caught this trade is because I got back in and went to the top. Beautiful trade setup. No, the trend line break to come down. Not my trade, because this trade, I've said in the past, I'm long on the dollar CAD. Boom. OPEC was meeting at one point during this week. Here's another trend line breakout. Notice it's going to the 200. It's broken through the 200 a little bit there. And then notice what happens. It breaks through the 200 a little bit more there. Okay. And now the 200 period moving average seems to be of no consequence. It just breaks right through it there. I mean, and this, I was in this one as well, but this is the end of the month. So this, when we review next month, we'll be talking about this over here. But again, what do we see here between the purple lines? We see the weekly separation, okay? And hey, we've got to make a decision, right? So here's number one trade. Didn't go so far. We took profit at 200. Here's number two trade. Equal highs formed. Taking profit early because this trade, we don't know what's going to happen. Here's number three trade. Notice it comes up to the equal highs. The market makers know what they're doing. And then, so we got three trades here. Guys, trend line breakout strategy. You know, if you was cocky, you got that trade there, you got that trade there. I mean, this is specific. There are specific rules pertaining to the trend line breakout strategy. The strategy happens all the time across multiple currency pairs. I've just shown you a handful. This video would be an hour long if I was to go through, but I've shown you how to do it. You can do this, okay? Now, at the beginning of the video, I said there's, hang on in there to the end, there's a breakout that has occurred, and I'm going to share that with you, okay? So let's just do that real quick. Let's share as suggested. All right, guys, so here it is. This is the Euro Aussie, okay? Let's just a quick review on this trade, on this currency bit. Down, across, that's a flag, comes down. Now, could that be another flag? If you look at the Canadian dollar, it's similar setup. Boom, that was coronavirus. And ever since, it's just been on its way down. Now, this pair has a lot more, perhaps, downside to go, okay? So let's have a look at a weekly chart. Okay, so we can see that, oh Lord, look, this really does have potential. There's a lot more downside. So it took out a ton of, you know, there's liquidity in this area, you have to assume, because they went up there for a reason. Either to create, but the market makers know what they're doing, okay? So it took a ton of liquidity, right, to turn the market around. And as you know, they've been printing money, so that's what enabled all of this to happen. Okay, so this is the Aussie, the Euro Aussie dollar, okay? And here we've had a breakout. Here we've come along. Here's a flag pattern come along. Now, a flag pattern would be a way to dip further down into these areas here, okay? This is a beautiful trade setup, and let's just put the more permanent lines on. Look at this, in this area here, look, okay? So, is it a trend line breakout? Okay, well, I believe that one has happened. Go to the daily chart. This little segment here is a month. You see it's been very tight in its movement. Euro Aussie, that would mean the Aussie would be getting stronger. Now we've come down to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so we're just starting in the month of June, right? And here we go. Look at this pattern here. Okay, so if you take this pattern here and you just do that, you see a little bit of a breakout there, number one. Number two, if you just drop down just a little bit more, we're going to go to the hourly chart. Now, here we have it. What we're seeing here is some sort of build up in here. So we're going to connect, see that? You see and notice quite clearly that this formed a channel in that area there. it's broken out of the channel. It's broken out of this level here. So in my humble opinion, oh Lord, I mean, this can be a big trade. So in my humble opinion, this is a breakout. Boom. In my humble opinion, okay, do not put money on these trades. Practice this in demo. Trading is risky. This is a disclaimer. I don't know really, but this is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Okay. In my opinion, there's a strategy. You got to have specifics when taking these trades, understanding of the market environment. But this is a trade that you guys can monitor. Okay. It's the Euro Aussie. Okay. So if you want to just monitor this trade to see how it pans out. Okay. Guys, as you can see, I do enjoy sharing these valuable insights with you. It gives me a great deal of joy. Many years trading in the markets, understanding this stuff, and yeah, it's like the more you give back, it actually just further increases understanding within the market. So this is really good. And please like, subscribe, comment, share. If you have a friend, share it. By all means, let's rock the markets. I mean, the banks have taken everybody for a ride. Check out your bank statement. They give you 0.01% interest. Meanwhile, they lend your money out, and they're making 19%, 29, 39% interest on money that they're paying you 1%. If you could take your money, invest it in the market, and make 10, 15% per year even, you're onto a winner. Okay. Hope this helps. Hope you've learned something. Join us in the Telegram group. As always, we're there. We're putting this out each week. And please comment. Feel free to comment in the box description below. Perhaps there's a currency pair that you like, you're unsure of, you want to have some analysis on. We can do that for you. Look forward to speaking to you guys in the next video. Until then, hey, bye-bye.